Hey, what is going on, you guys? Welcome to CCxRC. I wanted to introduce you guys to a new show we're going to be doing over on the CCxRC Xtras channel, and it's going to be called RC Tech Tips with a Real Jerk. And that jerk is Jason Saunders, and I call him a jerk because he and his son are Jason and Ethan, RC, and then Motorsports. So it's JERC Motorsports. It kind of came up with that name for them a couple years ago. He'd made the hacksaw chassis that he was running for a retro, and he made one for me as well. And so sometimes I call it the anvil just because of the shape. It's a hacksaw, but I say it looks like an anvil. Anyway, he always has some really, really great insight into tuning RC cars. And he said, you know, hey, I'm making these videos up. I don't really want to make a YouTube channel, but I want people to know how they can do things to their cars to make them better without necessarily having to always buy upgrades or do this stuff. You can do little small tweaks that make a big difference. And he's the guy that knows how to do it. He's super mechanical in that way. And so I always pick his brain whenever I have questions about things or I want to give you guys insight. Most of the time I'm going and asking him. So anyway, he's just offered to just send me some. So we're going to get a little thing going there with him. RC Tech Tips with a Real Jerk, and that's what we're going to call it. So that'll be the playlist. We'll have it in there for you guys. I'll have a little graphic so you know that that's what those are. A lot of insight going to be coming to you guys. Let's roll it with the first one, and big, huge thank you to Jason for sending these. It's really cool. First one's going to be the LMT, first couple, but he's got a lot of insights into a whole bunch of stuff.
What is going on, guys? This tech tip here is by JERC Motorsports. I'm Jason from Jason Ethan RC. I am not a business. It's just a hobby name a good friend of mine, Tony CC, came up with. So I noticed when we first got our first LMT that the diff was super tight. Not as far as fluid thickness, but when you turned it, you could feel the gears bind. And we raced 8 scale for years, a couple years there, and a smooth diff is key in 10 scale, 8 scale, pretty much anything. I mean, any kind of binding like that's going to give the truck some weird feel to it. So I found that if I can bring this gasket out by adding another gasket, which is right there, you can see it, the blue one. I already had this together, and I said, you know what, I'm going to make a video, and I will have someone post it on their YouTube channel. Hopefully Tony, because he's asking me all the time about these things. So this gasket is out of a MBX7 by Mugen. It's the one that fits. I'm sure you probably could buy extra gaskets, but this one here that comes in the truck is foam, and it's a little thicker. And I'll be honest with you, I had this laying around, and I'm a fan of the paper gaskets, and it's thinner. So and I've set it and it fit perfect. So I put that gasket in there and get that back on there, and then line it up. I try to line it up the first shot if I can. Did. Can't believe that. So I try to start these screws by hand if I can, with my fingers. They're actually a little sharp, to be honest with you. But get them started, and I'll run them in with my drill, and then I will tighten them by hand in a crisscross pattern. Sometimes in 10 scale and stuff, we'll actually back these screws out to smoothen the diff up a little bit. And I tried to do that at first with the LMT, but I had to back it out so much that it would have leaked. So I knew I had to add another gasket to it. So I'll even run these down in a crisscross pattern, just so in case, so it seats everything proper. I really don't know if it makes a difference, but it's just logical in my mind to, if you have to tighten them in a crisscross pattern, run them in a crisscross pattern. So I'll run them down like that, just so they're snug. Not even snug, really. I snug them with the MIP 2.0. So I'll tighten all 4 like this, and then always make sure, because sometimes you never know, and that is butter smooth. I do not feel the gears anymore in it. all I can feel is the resistance of the diff fluid in there. So I think that's going to make for a happier truck, and the gears aren't going to wear down and introduce a lot of metal into the diff fluid. And let's be honest, probably not a lot of people are going to change their diff fluids probably like they should. So I think overall, if you did this from the get-go, that you're going to have a longer lasting diff in your LMT. Enjoy, guys. Have fun RCing.